Hello everyone and welcome to another unboxing, another vacuum cleaner for your amusement and entertainment, hopefully. What's inside here? Well, you know what's inside here, don't you? It says so on the title of the video. I've no idea what this vacuum's going to be like. I have little to no experience of the company that made this vacuum cleaner, but I do believe they are an Italian company. Not sure if the machine will be made in Italy, but we'll soon find out. This was a vintage, well it still is vintage, but an unused machine. Somebody found it, I believe, in a loft. Often the case, isn't it? You see things listed on eBay. Found this in the loft, thought I'd put it on eBay. So somebody saw it in the loft, put it on eBay. I saw it and thought, that looks interesting, I'll have that. And I was fortunate to be the winning bidder. Okay, without any further ado, let's get this bubble wrap stuff off the box and have a look what we've got inside. Well, here it is, very well packaged. It should be in the original box as illustrated on the listing. Now, what's the best way to do this? The quickest way, I think, will be in this side. Pickford's. I wonder what that said on it. It says Pickford's. For any of you who don't know, Pickford's is a removal firm. It says they're international. Not so difficult to get into. And here is almost in. A bit premature there. I don't think I'll reuse this packaging. It is a bit tatty. Now then, here we go. Now we can now see a line drawing of what we should have in the box. Oh, that way. There we go. It's a Vortice. I don't know how you pronounce that. Is it Vortice? Vortice? I'm not sure, but that is the company name. And the cleaner itself is called a Bello Silent. Possibly Bello, I'd have to look that up. That could be Italian for something. Who knows? Any of you Italians out there could probably tell me if that means anything in Italian. I'll have to Google it, I suppose. So, as I expected, it's a bit of a tatty box. As long as the machine inside isn't tatty, would be fine. Now I've just seen an address. It's not really very interesting. It's somewhere in Colchester. I'm not sure where Vortice were actually based. I believe they are still a company that is around now. I do remember the odd Vortice wet and dry vacuum. I think it was 80s and 90s. I remember seeing them in various catalogues. I've never ever seen this particular machine until I saw it on eBay. Before we open it, see nothing underneath. Right. Well, it's going to need a little bit of a hot soapy water treatment, I think, looking at it. Now then, what's this? Little note for me. It says, note, the flexible hose is packed under the polystyrene base which supports the vacuum cleaner. I think the first language is Italian. Looks Italian, doesn't it? Attenzione. Note, Achtung, that's German. And attention, that's French. So this machine was exported, well, made in Italy possibly, and exported to the UK, France and Germany at least. Here is a list of service agents with something that's very common on old but new machines. The staples have rusted away. Nothing ever stays pristine, you know. We're all deteriorating at a rate of knots, aren't we? Never mind. It's all a little bit grubby. It possibly looks like it's been stored, well, I think it was a loft, but there's some dust bags there. I'm really not sure if I can buy bags for this. I'm not going to be using the machine. much, if at all. 1, 2, hang on, 1, 2, there's 5 bags in that pack, and possibly 5 bags in there. Not sure if we have a fitted bag. Here are the tools. Like I say, it just needs a bit of a wash. Let's see what comes out first. Well, here's a sort of a regular all-purpose nozzle for doing your upholstery, your curtains, etc, etc. Stairs, you could do your stairs with that. Again, it's all, I think it's dusty. It's dust from storage, it's not dust from being used. I think they're going to go into some nice hot soapy water before I pack this machine away. It needs a plug on it as well. This was made before the time of fitted plugs. Here's the handle. Bit of a suction control there with a vent. Close for full suction, open for reduced suction. There's something a bit sort of Hitachi-esque, if any of you remember Hitachi vacuum cleaners that we had in the UK. That the one that was this sort of shape that was a bagless machine, long before Mr. Dyson came along. The tools do seem a bit like that, but they're not related. I never saw the top of this on the eBay listing. All I saw was the bottom. We've got a couple of slightly distorted, but in time they probably will sort themselves out. Again, it's thick with dust. This is your main carpet and floor nozzle. 2 little wheels at the front. There's a brush at the back, which I assume comes into play when you press on here. So yes, that brush comes down for doing hard floors. It looks so foreign, you know. I know it's silly because a lot of vacuum cleaners are foreign, but there is something very foreign and unusual looking about this vacuum cleaner. We haven't even got the machine out yet. This dusting brush, oh, that's a big one. Wow, look at that. That is a very large brush. Again, it's a little bit distorted. A little bit of hot water soaked will sort of even that out a bit. Could do with a bit of a trim up. Little bit tatty there. That's a massive dusting brush. It's hard for me to show you a comparison with a regular sized. I can actually. Just hold on a minute. Behind the camera, I actually have another vacuum that I've recently done a few demos on. This is from my Bissell HydroClean Complete. That's a sort of a regular brush, as opposed to the brushes you get on many Miele cleaners that's smaller than that, but that's a sort of a regular, sort of a Henry-sized brush. Look at the difference. This one could almost swallow this one whole, couldn't it? Look at that. In fact, it can. That is huge. I've never seen one that big before, and I've seen a lot of dusting brushes in my time. Now, it's all very, very dirty. Here are the plastic extension tubes. Two plastic tubes here. Hello and goodbye. No, there we go. 2 plastic tubes. So we need the hose and we need the machine. The hose, here's another tool. Ooh, again, that's an unusual shape, isn't it? Not your standard shaped crevice tool at all. It's all very different and strange, this vacuum cleaner. Very wide opening. Very odd. Again, needs some hot soapy water to restore it. The hose will be under the cleaner, so I'll just take the cleaner out. Wow, that's a dinky little thing. Oh, it's got a light on it. I didn't see it from this angle, the eBay listing. Oh, it looks even better from this angle. I didn't see the front of it. The eBay listing just showed that part. Obviously, you can see here, this is where the flex plugs into. It doesn't, the cord isn't actually wired into this one. The cleaner itself looks cleaner than the tools, but it will benefit from a wipe. I'll have a look at that in a minute, and that's exciting. Here is the cord, and as stated in the listing, and this has happened, I think it was a Maytag wind tunnel I got from eBay a while back. It suffered the same fate. Somehow the polystyrene managed to adhere itself to part of the flex. I will remove that. I've got some sticky stuff remover. Yes, that's what it's called, sticky stuff remover. It's a citrus-based solvent. It smells very lemony or orangey, but that should remove that. So obviously the bare ends of a plug, it must be double insulated because we've just got the blue, neutral and the brown live wire. So I'll be wiring that up. I'll have to find myself a spare plug. And of course it tells us here, gives us a bit of detail about the plug. Got polystyrene on me. The plug should contain only a 13 amp fuse, it says. Oh, it's got a, I don't think there's actually no, there's no instruction book by the looks of it. That's a shame. Not that I really need to know how to, yeah, there's no instructions at all. It's just, this is just a list of service agents, so that's a bit of a pity. So here, again, that needs cleaning up, but that is what plugs into the machine end. Doesn't look very long, that cord, at all. I don't think there's any sort of cord storage on the machine. And underneath, in the box here, should be the hose. And there it is, all tucked away nicely there. Out you come. Ooh, ew. I can't get over the fact how odd this machine is to me. The hose even feels a bit... I can't describe it. Feels odd. Not very long. Everything colour coordinates nicely, doesn't it? That rotates. That is the handle end, so obviously we must put the handle on this side. So that's the handle end of the hose, and this end obviously is the end you pop into the vacuum. Okay, we've seen the tools, we've had a brief look at this little vac. Let's have a closer look. Let's get that out of the shot, it doesn't look very nice. And that, move everything out. Now here we go. I rather like the look of that. Bello Silent. It's a little light. Now I'm not sure if that light illuminates all the time when the machine's on, or just illuminates when the machine's plugged in. A mains on light, like you'd get on some Electrolux cleaners of the 70s and 80s. The light would turn off when you turn the machine on. They only illuminated just to show the machine was plugged in. Because obviously most people know when a vacuum cleaner's on, because you can obviously hear it. If you couldn't hear it, you could at least feel some sort of a vibration. Just a little on-off switch. I suppose this little Bello Silent could be a foreign Italian cousin of Henry. He could have come over from Italy. He's a lot lighter than Henry, doesn't have Henry's storage. But he has the same principle as Henry, the motor on top, bag underneath. Here's some casters, 4 casters. They're quite nice. I haven't actually seen where it's made. There doesn't seem to be any rating sticker. There might be when I open it. I hope I find out where it's made. I'm assuming it's Italian, manufactured. 2 little clips either side. Hope there's not going to be any surprises. Any sort of nests in here, because the seller might not have checked that. Eek. Put that to one side. No, it's okay. There is a bag fitted. Not very well, but there is a bag. Now we can have a look at the bag a bit more. Bit of a, I don't know what that is, dental floss. Here's the bag. Now it is more than single layered because there is this fine layer here, look, and as well as the paper, so it's a double layered bag. Again, this all needs a bit of a wipe. It's a little flap. I'm not sure really why they need that flap to stop dirt coming out, but anyway, there is a flap just there. Nothing else to see inside, so no stickers on to show the wattage or anything. It's a bit disappointing. Perhaps the stickers come off. Here is a filter. Cloth affair again. I'm not sure if this is washable. Ah, no, I've seen a rating plate, so that's good. We can at least see some more details. Now, what's that? Something's been living in there. I don't know what that is. But like I say, it is storage muck. It's not dirt from use. I've opened enough vacuum cleaners to know. Well, it looks like it's got quite a big motor. Sticks out rather a lot, doesn't it? Inside there, I don't know if we can quite see anything there, but there is a motor. And yes, here we go. It says Vortice Limited Bello Silent 240 volts, 50 hertz, 800 watts, made in Italy, and it's double insulated. There we go. There we go. Bello Silent, made in Italy. So I thought it was Italian. Because when this machine, and I have no idea of the date of this machine at all, I'm just assuming 70s, 80s. When this machine was a current model, I think the imports from China would have been fairly thin on the ground. In the UK at least, most of our vacuum cleaners, the majority of our vacuum cleaners, were still manufactured in the UK. And the main companies in the UK were of course Hoover and Electrolux. Hoover dominated the market in upright cleaners, and Electrolux did well with their cylinders. We had other makes of course as well. We did have some imports. Miele were sort of dipping their toe in the UK market, but they were very, very expensive compared to the UK machines. So we have this from Italy. Anyway, it's a nice little thing to have. It's an unusual vacuum, but I cannot demonstrate it at the moment because, of course, it's not got a plug on, and I must, before the end of this video, I must at least switch it on. I want to see this light illuminating. I want to judge how powerful it is, and of course how silent it is. Now that's the difference, of course, with a Henry. That's where the filter sits, isn't it? When you take off the top of a Henry, the filter's in the bin, at the top of the dirt bin. But this one was actually, I don't know if, yes, this one was actually, well, I suppose, no, you don't really have to. It will seal. I could do it like that anyway. No, that's okay. That's how you should have it. Like that. There is a black seal all the way round, which will hopefully seal all the suction in. So there we go. I'm rather liking this little machine. I'm rather liking it. Let's just have a quick look at it with the hose on, and then I'll pause and I'll fit a plug to the flex. There we go. That's in. Well, you little Italian vacuum cleaner, you're rather sweet, aren't you? Very short hose, to be honest. Very short. There we go. So, that's the Vortice Bello Silent. Okie dokie. I'm going to find myself a 3-pin 13 amp plug. I'll fit that, and then If this machine works, I'll be very happy with this. So I will see you in a heartbeat. Hello, I'm back. Did you miss me? Yes, I'm sure you did. Well, in your time it's just been a second, and in my time it's been a few minutes going to my garage to find a suitable plug and then wiring it up. I haven't actually put the cover on the plug. I thought I'd show you inside. I haven't shown you how to wire the plug, but if you want to see that, on my video for the 80s Hoover Dustette I bought fairly recently, I showed you how to wire a plug, because a lot of you are too young to know that we had to fit our own plugs to appliances. Appliances didn't come with fitted plugs. I can't remember the year the legislation was passed to say that all appliances should have one. I do remember some appliances coming with a fitted plug, and it was like a selling point. In the shops we had called electricity board showrooms, which were connected to the energy suppliers of the time, the electricity suppliers, I think all their products did come with a fitted plug, and they were often branded with the electricity board's name. Where I used to live, down in Sussex, our electricity board was called Seaboard, South Eastern Electricity Board, and then there was others, you know, there was Norweb and all sorts. Anyway, here's the inside of a plug with the brown wire to the live terminal, the blue wire to the neutral. It's got a cord grip here which always must be screwed onto the outer insulation, not the inner insulation. A lot of plugs I've seen have been wired incorrectly. In fact, many years ago, one of my first ever jobs, well, my second ever job, was working in an electrical store called Curry's, and I sort of had charge of the vacuums and the small appliances, and I'd often get dear old ladies coming in for a new iron or some sort of a new appliance, and I would fit them a plug for them free of charge. I had to charge them for the plug, of course, but I didn't charge for my services. Nowadays, of course, well, nowadays everything comes with a plug, but I don't think they would allow it with all this suing that goes on. If there's blame, there's a claim, because if I was to wire a plug incorrectly and someone had a shock, then, well, I or the company could be sued. Here's the fuse anyway. It says 13 amps, so I'm putting a 13 amp fuse in. And all I have to do is screw the top cover back. I saw this in my garage and thought, oh, that's nice, it's a little black plug instead of the sort of standard white plugs. I thought that goes nicely with this vacuum. Of course it matches the lead, but it matches the black accents on the cleaner itself. That's the wrong screwdriver. That is as well, really. Got a box full of screwdrivers and not the one I want. Isn't that typical? I'll just have to make do with this one. It's got screwdrivers galore, but the one I want is not in the box. It's not been put back. Anyway, that is the plug fitted securely onto the end. All I need to do now, I haven't cleaned it up yet, but I will be cleaning all this off. Just need to plug this. Hopefully it'll still plug in with all that on it. Need to plug it into the back. So I'm assuming there's only one way it'll go, but looking at it, I'm assuming it goes downwards. Would it let me put it in up? Oh no, it won't. Won't let me put it in that way, so that's good. It obviously goes that way anyway. He says. Oh, I hope you're the right plug. Yeah, I can't see why you shouldn't be. Oh no! Oh, there we go. Oh, my heart was beating then. There. Got it fitted. Right, before I plug it in at the wall socket, make sure it's in the off position. Right, I'll find a nearby socket. We'll plug it in and we'll see how noisy this Bello silent vacuum is. Well, I've got it plugged in and the socket is definitely switched on, but this can't be a mains on light, so I'm assuming, unless it's a, could it be a bag full indicator light? The only way of finding that out is if I block the end off when it's going and see if that lights up. If it lights up, of course, when I switch the machine on here, then we know it's just an on light, really. Okay. Always slight trepidation before I turn anything on. I know it's new and unused, it's not second hand, But in my days of buying all second-hand vacuums, before I could afford new ones, I never used to switch them on at the machine end. I used to plug them in and switch them on at the socket, so I wasn't anywhere near the machine in case something nasty would happen. But, well, I've had a good life. If this blows up, then it'll make a spectacular ending to my channel, won't it? Hopefully somebody will be able to upload it for me. Anyway, let's hope that doesn't happen, because there's lots more to come. I have lots more to demonstrate and unbox. Okay, please work. Not quite as silent, but that is a sort of a bagful indicator, blockage indicator. It's like it's winking at you, isn't it? Well, not bad. I think it's probably a bit louder than a Henry. Let's just get the hose on. A little bit of a feel of the suction at the hose end. Not the greatest suction, but it's 800 watts. I expect for the time it wasn't bad. There we have it, that's the Bello Silent. I'll just give it a quick go. It's made a bit of a mess of my carpet, the unboxing. There's a few little bits and pieces on the floor. And because it is a little bit dirty anyway, I don't mind using it before I give it a bit of a clean and a polish. Make sure it's on the right setting. Yes, it's on carpet setting. So let's give this machine a go. Well, there you have it, the Vortice Bello Silent. I'm quite pleased with this little vacuum cleaner. It seemed powerful enough. It lifted the carpet pile when I was using it. The brush head was a little bit difficult to push. I think it's due to the squeegees underneath. But all in all, quite an interesting little vacuum to add to the ever-growing pile of vacuum cleaners that somehow have accumulated in my house and my mother's house. I'm going to have to move to a bigger house. Anyway, I may actually do a demonstration of this. I might, just might, I'm not promising anything, but I might introduce my bag of filth to this particular vacuum cleaner. I'm not too precious about using this because I think once it's got a new bag in it and I've cleaned the filter, it'll be as good as new. It needs a bit of a polish up and a clean anyway. So, yes, I think I might see how this old machine performs on my bag of filth, because it was designed to pick up dirt, and if I was to put it back in its box without giving it some dirt to try, then it's a bit cruel, isn't it? It won't have done what it was made to do, to pick up dirt, so I'm going to at least give it a chance to pick some dirt up before cleaning it back up. Cleaning the box it came in as well, that needs a bit of a clean. Clean it, I don't know, how do you clean polystyrene? I think hot soapy water, leave it to dry. I don't want to put it back in that filthy box, it'll come out as dirty as it came out the first time. Anyway, that was a nice little bonus, little red light on the front, wasn't expecting that. So, that's it for this brief unboxing and very, very brief demo. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe and you'll be updated every time I upload a new floor care video. So until the next time, it's goodbye and thanks for watching.